me, John McInnes.
Hello, it's me, John Gallagher Portero.
Welcome to the Belly Boys Incredibly Online Show. We've taken, how many weeks did we take off there, Gallagher? Did we take 1 or 2? Or...
It was just 1 week.
It feels like so long at this point because we're not allowed to go outside, so time is very compressed.
Sure.
But we're back, and we're here on a sunny Monday afternoon. We have a wonderful guest, Liam Brennan, all the way from, as I like to call it, the Smoky Apple. How are you, Liam?
I'm alright, thank you. Not too bad. We were just talking about and bonding over Metal Gear Solid for people that are watching. So, absolute belter of a game. Absolute belter.
I absolutely love it. But I gotta be honest, Liam. I think if you're around me right now, you're probably a little bit tired of my references to Metal Gear Solid. Because my Herald team that I'm in with John, I have renamed the group chat Codec Frequency 140.85 and given everybody nicknames that are Metal Gear Solid related. So I don't want to push this too much at this point. Mm-hmm. People are losing patience with me. That's fair. So this is we're gonna usually we do like an improv show. This is an improv show, so we're gonna get words, come up with stuff on the spot. We don't have anything planned. We're just gonna do some scenes that probably look a little bit sketch-like. They'll be funny. That's the point. We'll do that for about half an hour, and then we'll do our Billy Boys Banner Boss, where we talk to Liam about what he likes in improv, what he hates about improv, what he learned from, and where the police are coming from.
It sounds like they're still coming after you. They haven't stopped.
I've shaken them. I love living where I live, but it is on a main road, which is a fucking pain in the arse when my entire life is through a webcam.
If you throw a chaff grenade right now, you'll be able to escape them.
Was that another
sorry.
reference?
Yes, it is. I'm going to clear it out. It's not coming up. You're not going to see it in any scenes. Wink. Gallagher, do you have a word? We'll do some monologues and then we'll do scenes.
Yep. The first word from the chat comes from Jesse Rutland, and the word is flippant.
Flippant.
Any monologues from Flippant?
What are we going? Flippant.
I think I can have quite a flippant personality, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of, how would you define flippant? It's kind of like,
I feel like it's, not taking something seriously. They should be taken seriously, but I don't know if that's true.
Let's go with that, because I feel like I care more about stupid little things than big things. I think whenever I'm in a situation where someone is in a really bad spot or something, I'm fantastic and brilliant. To just take modesty out of the way, I can handle that kind of pressure. But it's small things. I remember about a year ago when I was running in a local park. And small little things a runner and me were on the same path, and we couldn't pick a direction, or rather, from my memory, they couldn't pick a direction, and it sort of just came out the thought in my head just got so irritated. I went, just pick a side. I'm I couldn't believe that it actually come out of my mouth. So I live in Dulwich, for fuck's sake, where everyone's kind of in their own little bubble anyway. You don't want to say anything that's going to be taken as offense to someone. And the similar thing was happening with dogs a lot. I get pretty pissy with dogs. Again in the park, all of these problems happen when I'm running. When I'm dealing with work stuff or family stuff, I'm all good, but when I'm running, my adrenaline's kicking up, I get really pissy. If I'm gonna ever have a argument with someone, it's gonna be while I'm running. It's gonna be I'll talk to someone about hey, you should take better care of your dog. You should be training your dog that doesn't run out in front of people, or keep it on a leash. I'm getting angry thinking about it now. There's signs everywhere around that fucking park that says Like, you're not supposed to leave it off of a leash. And that leash is supposed to be 2 meters long. Like, so why are all these people, why are we allowed to let just dogs just run around because they're cute animals or what have you? But, like, they just get in the way, and they're just wild animals that have been bred so that they can, like, love us more. But they're still wild animals. They don't pay attention to the things that we say, really. That's what I think of when I think of Flippant.
I like that. I mean, a moment in my life that kind of came to my mind when I was thinking about that words was, you know, in like a professional setting, especially when like I graduated, there was always like a little bit like nervous. You know, I think that's normal for like graduates to be like nervous in their first professional job. You know, so like you try and like have a dress code, you turn up early for everything. But then like at my last job, a moment struck where I realised I became a very different person. And a little bit of it is kind of just like, I guess like doing improv, it makes you more relaxed in general. I was in the middle of like a meeting with like customers, my boss, and like a customer was like, "Oh, and John, you can do this part, right? You can do this." And in this meeting I was like, "Yeah, baby." Just came out with this, like with a professional guy who was giving our company like thousands of quid. And I wasn't even thinking of like the decorum of the moment. And everybody laughed it off. And at that point I was like, oh, I can use this as a kind of a superpower. So like I've been doing interviews recently, and when I'm in a job interview, I'm treating it a little bit like I'm doing crowd work. Not the whole time, but I am very much reading the room. I'm like, I'm gonna like do a little something. If they respond good, I'll go deeper into it. And my brain just is not in like tech mode, which is, I'm doing like interviews for programming style jobs. Should really be thinking about the tech, but much more I'm thinking like, did this like little bit that I do land with this guy? If not, how can I get him on my side? And not to brag, but I just got a job today, so I guess it works. Being too flippant in like my job, that's what came up to mind. I also thought of dolphins, but I've got no experience of a dolphin, apart from Echo the dolphin.
See, the first thing that came into my mind was Flipper. So I totally understand the whole point of one, Echo the dolphin, and two, just dolphins in general. Flipper, it just immediately made me think of I've never been fishing before, and I feel like it's something that I have to do, especially with my dad. Like I always, because I watched a lot of TV growing up, I always try to map everything that happened with a cartoon character or with a television character to my own life. So I always thought to myself, I should have that one wisecracking best friend that I always hang out with. Something like a prom needs to happen in this particular way. And then in my mind, I had to go fishing with my dad at some point, but living in the center of London, it was never going to happen. And it's one of those things that I'm just not interested in at all. But I feel like it's something that should have enriched my life. Talking of fishing, why is there Fishing Simulator on as a video game? This was like a game I was thinking of getting, because I would read the PlayStation 2 magazine, and I remember vividly, one of the games was like a fishing simulator with a big bass on the front cover, and that always struck me. That always struck me as like really, there's simulators for everything these days, but a fishing simulator, I was close to getting it just so I could fulfill my my dream of going fishing for the first time.
I bought Thief Simulator recently. It was super cheap.
Thief Simulator?
It simulates being a thief, like breaking into people's houses. Like, it's really detailed. Like, you'll do lockpicking and stuff. You go to like a message board for jobs. It's kind of cool.
It's a big thing now, but like back maybe early 2000s, I guess the only simulators that I could think of was Flight Simulator and this Fishing Simulator were the only ones that were around. Now you've got Simulator for everything.
That was back in your days, John, you know, when we didn't have any.
Back in my days.
Alright, cool. Now we're going to do some improv off those stories.
Okay, guys, welcome to the restaurant. Can I take your order? Hey, what do you do for a living, sir? What do you do for a living?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm actually an accountant over at Intel.
An accountant?
Yeah.
No, be careful you don't fall asleep next to this one, huh? I'm sorry. I like to work the room a little bit. I like a little bit of an atmosphere when I'm waiting at table. What do you guys want? What do you guys want?
Oh, it's so nice. It's a little bit of an entertainment.
I'm bringing it on myself. I'm an accountant coming to the front row of a restaurant.
Oh.
No, you're great. You're great. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Can I get your order, please?
I'll have a glass of Merlot if that's okay.
A glass of Merlot, yeah, of course. And for the lady?
Can I have a...
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, yeah, that's like, that was okay.
I'll have...
I don't tell you how to do your job. So, just work in the room.
Sure. I mean, I'll have a gin and tonic if that's okay.
No, I'm sorry. One more time.
I'm not going to say it because you're going to make fun of me.
I won't make fun of you. Come on. I'm just keeping the energy in the room. Come on.
I mean, he's entertaining. Come on, just
He's not entertaining. He's making me feel very uncomfortable, if I'm being honest.
His jokes are up and down, but it's all for a laugh. It's okay.
Look, I hate to be a nuisance, but can we get another waiter here? I don't want to talk to your manager. I'm not going to be like these complaining people, but like I feel like a little bit uncomfortable right now. And
we have got a heckler. Not my first time.
Suddenly, all the other tables look over and start going, "Whoa!"
Can you do something about this?
Can we have a round of applause for the gentleman who wants to make this all about him? All right, let's make it all about him. Let's okay. All right, fine. You're not up for a gag. Let's take your order. Let's take your order.
Okay. Like a gin and tonic, and for my. There's no way you're asleep. There's no way you just drop asleep like that.
No, you're right. You know what? You clearly don't have a sense of humor. I'll grab you a gin and tonic, and I'll just leave you two to it. I'll just leave you two to it. All right.
Thank you.
Honey, he's a comedian. He's serving us and he's telling jokes. I mean, it's not that bad. It's okay.
This is why we're going through a rough patch right now. You're never listening to me. You're always trying to just deflect any actual serious issues in our relationship into a funny thing. This is why you wanted to come here, isn't it? You're like, oh, I want to try this new place. You wanted to come to this. Is this some kind of theme restaurant? Is this what this is?
They're all failed comedians that work here, honey. And maybe if you heard their jokes and then you lightened up a bit, you could be a bit, less self-conscious about yourself.
We cut back to the kitchen where everyone's trying bits on each other.
What's the deal with this fish? It takes like 20 minutes to fry!
All right, that's pretty good, yeah. Nice one, Jerry. Okay, how about this one? The fish is not tasting so good. It's because I got my hand in there.
Oh!
And I put a mannequin with the hand.
That's good. Let's get some penis gags out there a little bit more. Come on, everyone. Everyone loves a penis gag.
Let's make this kitchen more of a kind of boys' club. Hey,
I'm not saying a boys' club. I'm just saying everyone likes a penis joke.
What's the deal with my penis? It takes 20 minutes to fry.
Now we're cooking with gas. That's the shit we've been missing in this kitchen. Oh my god.
I don't know, guys. Maybe we should ask head chef Louis C.K. what he thinks.
Got back out to the table. Honey, I want to leave. I feel uncomfortable in this place.
No, come on! I've ordered the fish. Come on, it'll be fine.
Our conversation will be fine because you've entered the fish.
Gin and tonic.
Thank you so much.
Merlot.
Thank you.
You know what? I apologize. I'm just, just trying to alleviate this kind of boring restaurant situation with a little bit of humor. So, I apologize.
No, it's fine. Look, I've probably snapped at you a little bit quicker than I should have. I've kind of had a hard week, and I know you're just doing your job. I'm sorry if I was kind of an annoying customer. I've done service industry work before. I know it's kind of hard to deal with different intolerant customers. Hey, I'm sorry. This isn't going to impact your tip or anything. Don't worry about
So thank you, appreciate it. Sorry to hear you've had a bad week though, buddy.
Yeah.
You okay? You all good?
Yeah. I guess I'm just giving some context for why I may have been a little bit crap. Oh, God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If you're not narcoleptic, I want to talk to your manager right now.
Oh, sorry. Say that one more time, sir.
If you are not narcoleptic, I wish to speak to your manager right now. Why are you just nodding along? What? Do something about this. If you are my partner, you would support me.
I'm not supporting you. You're making a scene right now, honey.
Sir, actually, she's right. If you carry on, I will have to ask you to leave. We have a no hecklers policy here, really. I put you down once before, but past that, it's just embarrassing.
You will let him sleep, okay? You will say how you feel, and you'll apologize to this poor waiter, and you will let him sleep right there on the table.
I am this close to walking right out of here. Give me a reason to stay. Overwhelming silence is what I received.
Sorry, this is just embarrassing now. I can get you a doggy bag and you can get out of here.
Let's edit. Hey, sorry to come into your office cubicle like this. I just it's mine, right? Mine.
Yeah.
Mine. Hey,
what's up?
Hey, we don't know each other, but we do work in the same office building, and I was getting you were getting a latte downstairs, and I was also getting a coffee, and I couldn't help but notice that you were leaving, and we had this sort of awkward bit where you were in my way, and then I very clearly established that I wanted to move to the right, and then you moved to the right, and then we were like, what? Do you know that? Do you remember that?
I it took 3 seconds, but I guess now that you bring it up, I do. What's your name? Sorry,
John.
Okay.
Mine. I just want to say that don't ever fucking do that again. All right, just it's rude. All right,
Excuse me.
It's fucking rude. It's rude. There was so much space between us. It's not like we were in a tiny hallway. It's not like you had to scooch to the side. It just made me feel uncomfortable.
It made you. Why didn't Philip we just went the same way, and then we didn't go the same way anymore, and then we carried on with our lives until this moment that you've brought this back to.
And I've been thinking of that moment all day.
We cut to a montage of John's character in his home. Like, he's like the guy from Encounters of the Third Kind. He's making like mashed potato sculptures of like this encounter. There's like There's like a big drawing of like every angle of this thing. He's arranged two mannequins and he's like acting out what happened. And then we cut back to them talking.
I just want you to understand where I'm coming from.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty, John. You know, I have to tell you, I've been wanting to talk to you about something, actually.
Okay.
You, we all use the restroom facilities, the toilet, right?
Known as the toilet, yeah.
Known as the toilet, yeah. Sorry, I was born pretty religious. I can't say toilet easily, but what I've noticed that you're one of those kind of people that as soon as you wash your hands, you rub it on your jeans, and that angers me, like, a lot. And don't deny it. I've seen you do it.
Oh, we cut to Liam's character at home, just doing the exact same thing. He's got like a big pile of mashed potato, and he's making a very accurate model of me just washing and my hands on my trousers, and he's got two mannequin hands and two mannequin feet, but no body or head, and he's just whacking them both at the same time.
But the mannequins are wearing clothes because he's a religious man.
Yeah, he's a religious man. We got back. All right, Martin. That's okay. That's fair enough. But you don't know how much I've been thinking about this. This is driving me insane. How rude I think you are being, and then my wife took the kids when they found that I was. They found, what I was doing, and
Yeah.
It's hard, it's hard.
Hey, exact same things happened to me, John. In many ways, this has taken over my life,
We cut to these two in a HR meeting with a HR representative. Okay, so I've been called in by the company to resolve any kind of conflict between members of staff, and obviously you two aren't getting along. Your manager's been talking about how you're not working together, and I just want to help you guys deconflict that. So if you could, John, you could tell me how Liam's action made you feel.
Thank you. It made me feel alone. If I could describe the feeling I had with a color, it would be maroon gray.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've lost everything in my life because of this man.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that it's similar to if a totally nice HR representative made both of you coffee and you did not offer to make them anything back for the last 3 months? Would you say it's on that level of kind of insult?
Well, what are you talking about?
We cut to this HR representative at home. They are pouring coffee on a pile of mashed potatoes. They have mannequins operating a cappuccino machine. And there's a little Christopher Hitchens sign on the wall indicating that HR representative is an atheist.
Edit.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
we're all hey, we're all like over 16. We've had that moment by now, right? You know what I mean? We're all dudes. We've been on a fishing holiday with our dads, right? I mean, I can't prove because me and my dad actually went on a fishing holiday to Canada, and they couldn't take photos for some reason. So I can't prove it, but like it was so. See your first fishing holiday with your dad. Mwah. It feels like bags of sand.
Yeah.
The fish.
Yeah.
And
Obviously,
the rod in your hands kind of feels like, it kind of feels like like a tree, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You got it in your hands, and then you bring the tree back.
When I caught my first flopper with my hands.
Yeah, flopper. Yeah. I know that fish.
It was like warm and moist, and it felt so good when I was holding it. You know,
and I don't think this often happens, but my dad said that he was proud of me.
Whoa, we know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad says it all the time.
I don't think he was faking. I think he actually meant it.
No, of course, yeah. Well, you can tell when they're faking.
You could tell, you could tell when
totally tell.
it's like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can tell.
No, this was real. I could feel it.
Yeah.
The great feeling afterwards as well when you sat around that campfire and you're cooking up your floppers, and you can really just relax after all that effort, and like you feel at peace with the world. It's a great feeling.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Lads, I slept that night.
Oh, I bet. My older brother, he wrote like a book about all the stuff that you do, all the like different positions of catching fish, and I did.
What are some of those positions?
The what for catching fish? The shocker.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
I did the shocker technique, and the best way to catch a fish is to put the reel in the lake and then do the alphabet. The
alphabet one.
Yeah.
A, B. I totally did all of that with the reel.
Oh, and you just you flick the string to get the fly line up. You're just teasing that fish.
It's more of a bean, but totally.
We cut to the three dads in a pub. Hey, your kid's acting like fucking weird recently. We were on a fishing trip. I think my son wanted to fuck me. I'll be honest. That's what it felt like. I was very uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My kid looked like he wanted to fuck me as well. It felt like his compliments felt like bags of sand.
What the fuck are you talking about, Greg?
What are you talking about?
His compliments felt like bags of sand?
Yeah. All right, I'll be honest with you. I don't talk to my son, okay? I'm just pretending, all right? I have no idea. My son goes into his room and plays Fortnite every day. He doesn't like speaking to me.
Ew, gross.
No, don't say that. No, come on.
You don't even look after your own son?
No, I do. I give him a roof over his head. He just doesn't. He's going through a phase. He's 16. He doesn't want to talk to his dad anymore.
What century are we in, man?
Yeah.
What century are we in?
Is that all?
Do you not know the answer to that?
No, I'm confused by the question.
That's not a confusing question. It's like literally, what century are we living in? Like,
the 21st century.
We cut to that dad. We cut to that dad on a video communication with a senior military official. They're on to you. They know you're from the future, Cylon.
That's it.
Okay, guys, we've got to talk about the thing that we're not talking about. Liam, you're frozen.
Oh.
We got to talk about it. You're frozen. And hey, look, if it's because you're shy and you don't want to talk to us, that okay.
Look, I didn't want to. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything. I wanted to just continue.
Now he's like,
I couldn't help as well that during the monologue that you muted yourself, Liam. Do you have a problem with us? Do you think?
John. Sometimes I feel like Liam hates us. And
Guys. Okay. You're exactly right.
What?
I've been doing a bit this entire time. I've been working in a restaurant for a couple of years. I'm really fucking hoping to get out of it, and like, I'm just not funny. I'm just not funny.
That's not true.
That's not true, man.
It is true. When was
You
the
don't-
last time you laughed at me, huh?
I mean, I'm sure I have recently.
I'll tell you when. February.
No, it must have been sooner.
2001.
It must have been. It must have been sooner than 2001.
2001.
February 2001.
2001. That's in the 21st century.
Yeah, we know that.
Would you stop fucking showing off about the time?
We all know what century it is. Okay, we know this feels like sand. This century.
It feels like sand.
Yeah, I mean like this century, right? Like it's
It's
that's what it's like. This isn't about Liam. This isn't about me or what I
Alright.
think this century feels like.
February 2001. This is what I mean. I carry on getting put to the background of my own revelation.
what,
Christ's sake.
So the last time we all laughed at you was in February 2001.
You remember why?
No? Oh, no?
I mean, I laugh at your jokes so often, Liam, that I can't remember.
I slid on the ice. I fell on my bum. They laughed at me. No further entries in my laugh journal.
No, don't freeze again, Liam.
No, Liam,
Don't leave. Don't freeze again, man.
No, don't.
No, we've laughed. We didn't laugh at you. We were laughing with you.
Yeah.
I know.
Liam, have you? I don't know. This is a shot in the dark, but if you want to make people laugh, have you thought about putting your dick in a fish?
Okay, that's our show. We're definitely finishing on fucking a fish. That was fun.
How long was I frozen for?
It may have been from the first scene.
Yeah.
Guys, you gotta tell me these things. I don't know.
I was like, this is a bold choice. I'll integrate it into a scene later.
No, we can still hear you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for performing. That was fun.
Pleasure.
Mm.